All right, here we go with the old Saturday morning Confessions of a Nashville Songwriter. Interesting week. Had a lot of questions that came in, and one phone call I'm going to talk about in a minute. This is just funny. Was at Lifetime Fitness this morning doing a group fit workout. Great workouts, by the way, if you really want to get in shape, work on your fitness. Lifetime Fitness does a really good job. They've got great instructors and great clubs. Standing talking to a friend of mine, a lady walks up and knows the friend that I'm talking to. She said, "Hey," I said, "Hi," and she goes, "Oh, are y'all friends?" I went, "Yeah." She goes, "Oh, well, yeah, I've not met you." She goes, Are you a painter?" I said, "What, ma'am?" She goes, do you paint houses?" I said, "Well, no, I'm not." She goes, "Well, you look like a painter. You look like you paint houses." I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna take it as a compliment. So if you need your house painted, don't call me, because I suck at painting houses. But anyway, consistent theme that I get on questions, and not just that I get, that people in the songwriting business get, is, man, I don't know where to start. How do I do it? I've talked about this before, but I want to talk about a specific phone call I got this week. I get a call from a guy I've known for a while. I haven't seen him in 6, 7, 8 years. "Hey, man, how you doing? How's the family? How's the thing? Everything good? Everybody healthy?" And I say, "Yeah, how are you? What's going on, man? You know?" And I'm thinking back, why is this, what? Wow, I haven't talked to this guy. What's up? And he goes, "Hey, I got a friend of a friend, man. He's been writing songs for a long time. And he just doesn't know what to do or how to start, and I just wonder maybe if you could talk to him and give him, some tips and pointers." And I'm like, "Sure, I'd be glad to, because I always want to help when I can, because I've had a lot of help along the way." Hang up. We finished the phone call and catch up and all that, and finish the phone call. 3 minutes later, my phone rings. It's the guy. And at the time, I couldn't really talk, so I told him, I said, "Hey, give me a call, a few days." And he called the next day, and I couldn't really talk. Called the next day, couldn't really talk. Next time he calls, I pick up, "Hey, what's going on? How are you?" And he introduced himself, and I said, "Yeah, I knew you were going to call, and thanks for calling, and, how can I help?" He said, "Man, I've been writing songs for 20 years, man. I've got spiral notebooks full." I was like, "That's great, man. That's spiral notebooks full. That's prolific. That's productive. That's a good thing, because that's how you get to the good songs." He goes, "Yeah, I just don't know where to start, man. I said, "Well, you've already started. You've been writing songs." He said, "Yeah, but I don't have music written to any of them." I said, "Well, okay." And I'm thinking, what you've really written is poems. They're not really songs yet. I didn't say that. He goes, "What do I do, man? I've got this one that I just think is perfect for Tim McGraw. And what I was wondering is if maybe you could share with me Tim McGraw's email address." No, I can't. That's a rules violation. You just don't do that. So I said, "Man, I can't really share that, and or contact information. That's just kind of a no-no. You don't do that really without permission." He goes, "Oh, okay. Well, let me sing it to you." And he starts singing, and the title of the song is "Already Gone." And he sang through it, and it was, okay. And I said, he goes, "What do you think?" I said, "Yeah, man, it's, that's a pretty good start." And I said, you had to get some music. He goes, "Well, I don't play any instruments." And I'm thinking, learn an instrument. There's a million guitar lessons on YouTube. You can learn today how to get started. And then I said, man, I got to tell you that Already Gone, that title, I get it. I understand what that means. But that was a massive hit by the Eagles. Still gets played today on classic rock radio and various radio stations all over the world. And if you're going to write that title, man, it's got to be the best song written in the world in the last 10 years. As a matter of fact, you probably shouldn't write that title because it's a massive hit by the Eagles and still gets played on on rock radio and on some country radio stations. It's just, you got to think about the title before you write it. Yeah, but that was just the one. That was it. That was on my heart. And I said, okay, well then you got to write that. If that's on your heart, that's for you. But if you're trying to get that song recorded by an artist is not going to record that. I don't think an artist is going to record that. Maybe they will. There have been some titles written lately that have been recorded that were big hits by artists in the 60s, 70s, 80s. I wouldn't do that personally, but if that's what you want to do it. Because I'm trying to get songs recorded and on the radio. If you're writing just for you, write whatever you want to write, man. Write it, you know. And don't worry about what anybody thinks or says, because if it's for you, it's for you. I get it. It's different if what this guy's trying to do. So we carry on the conversation, and I said, I appreciate it. And he goes, yeah, thanks for the help. And I gave him the NSAI contact information and a friend of mine named Barbara Cloyd, because they're very helpful to newer writers and have some really good resources that they can share. And we hung up, and I sat there thinking, and I've also been writing with a couple of newer writers who are trying to be artists and grow their fan base and, make it happen out there. And one thing I tell them all is you've got to do the work. You got to learn the guitar. You got to learn an instrument. You got to bring something to the table that makes writers want to write with you or makes an artist want to hear your song, not just a lyric in a spiral notebook. And Bob DiPiero posted something this week about, I can't remember the title. It was How Do You Get in the Room with Hit Writers? And he made a great point, and it's pretty simple. He said, you got to bring something, man, that makes those writers say, I want to write with this guy. If you got good tracks, okay, everybody writes really good tracks. If you got good beats, everybody writes good beats. That's all great. But are they better than everybody else? Are they unique enough where a writer who's had hit songs goes, man, I need to write with this guy or this girl because they really got something going on that I can learn from. They can share with me, and my songs can be better, and I can get more hit songs on the radio. And I'd love for people to heed that advice. Maybe go find that. I think it's Being Bob on Instagram, or maybe even on Facebook too. But Bob's a legend, man. He's had so many hits you can't even count them. And I'm glad he shared that because people need to hear that, because we all need to hear that. I need to know that if I'm going to show up for a write, I need to be prepared in advance. What am I going to bring today? Who am I writing with? Who are the writers? What have they written? What's their style? What do they like? What do they love? Who's the artist I'm writing with? What has that artist said in their past recordings and their past albums? What do they say that maybe they hadn't said yet? You can't write another song that they've already written. You can't rewrite something that they've already written. You can, but what are you bringing to them? Really nothing unique. So, and a part of that is doing the work, being prepared, learning that lesson, learning that guitar lesson, learning piano, writing with somebody who knows how to play guitar or piano, or who can write melodies for you, or whatever it might be. So it's all about doing the work. My brother, for example, is a triathlete. He runs 100-mile races. He's run the Leadville race in Leadville, Colorado. I think it starts at 10,000 feet and goes to 12,000 feet. They run 100 miles. You can't run 100 miles without doing the work and being prepared. So whatever it is to prepare yourself, if you really want to be a hit songwriter, you got to pay the price, man, and it's a lot of work. Start in your town, wherever you live right now. Go to writers' nights, open mics, start playing your songs. See how your songs stack up against the other writers there. If you hear somebody you like, that's a writer that's written some good songs and you like, and you kind of connect with that person's songs, approach them after and say, man, I really like what you did, and I'm a writer too, and I'd love to write sometime. Politely, without being, creeper or whatever those words are, because that can get a little sketchy, the way you approach people about writing. Go to every writer's night you can play. Go to Nashville, play writers' nights. There's one every night somewhere in town. Contact Barbara Cloyd, contact NSAI. But you got to do that stuff. You can't just say, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get better at this. I'm going to get better at that. You got to do the work, man. Because if you don't, you're going to be 5 years from now sitting on that same bed with your guitar, your piano, writing those same songs, and you're not have grown at all as a writer. If you're not growing, you're going backwards. So get out there and start, man. Open your computer today, Google Songwriter Nights, open mics, wherever you are in your town. You don't have to go to Nashville right now. Get better as a writer before you go to Nashville. Go study writers who have go find the big hit songs that you like. Study those songs. Why did I like that? Why did I like that Kenny Chesney song? Kenny's got a song out right now, Happy Is As Happy Does. There's a line, Sonico Charlie rides an 84 Harley. I can see that guy. He worked at a gas station. He's got a greasy hat on. He's very polite and nice, and his Harley's parked over there on the side where he works every day at the gas station. He didn't just say there was a guy at a gas station that rides a motorcycle. He painted that, Kenny didn't, the writers on that song, painted that picture so you could see it. Study those songs. Study those writers. Go listen to Craig Wiseman, Anthony Smith, Jeffrey Steele, Bobby Pinson. Go study, Google them, study them. Ashley Gorley. There's a reason those guys have hit after hit after hit. It's because they do the work, and they've done the work over the years. So, let's say Nashville's a 7-year town. That's one of the old adages that you'll hear, is it just takes time to work your way into the big machine. And it can make you a star, it can make you a hit writer, or it can chew you up and spit you out if you're not ready to do the work, face the rejection that maybe your song wasn't the one that day that they heard. Publisher might have heard 20 songs that week from their writers. Did yours stand out? Why didn't it stand out? Figure that out. And there's no secret, there's no magic, there's no tip. You can't pay $29.95 a month for some songwriting site that's going to give you the magic tips and tricks to writing hit songs. Maybe there are. If there are, send me a note or an email and let me know where they are, because I want to go pay $29 a month too and get those tips and secrets and tricks. Because I'm right there with you. I want to write hit songs today. And I'm going to try. And I'm going to do the work. And I'm going to drive all over the damn country if I have to. And write with people that might live 3 or 4 or 5 hours away if I have to. Or do a Zoom write if I have to. You got to do it. You got to do the work, man. Even when you don't want to do it. So, if you've got a spiral notebook full of songs, poems, and you want to get those songs recorded, are they good enough? What makes them good enough? I don't know. Publishers don't know, but they know it when they hear it. Every time. They know what they don't like. They can't tell you what they don't like. They won't tell you what they don't like, but they know a hit song when they hear it most of the time. So get out there, roll your sleeves up, get better, learn to play guitar, study songwriters you love, study lyrics you love, learn to play piano, write with somebody who plays piano or guitar. I'm going to keep saying that until I stop getting these questions, which may be never, because there's no shortcut, man. There's just no shortcut. And if you are a parent of a son or a daughter who wants to be an artist or a songwriter, it's the exact same thing. There's no talent show that's going to make them a star. They got to do the work. You got to go play live. You got to go play writers' nights. You got to go write with people you don't know, and you got to write with people who are better than you are. So, get in there, study, learn, do the work, write as many songs as you can write. And that's how you're going to improve, and that's how you're going to get better. And one day, you might have a song on the radio. That's a big old hit. And there's nothing better than that feeling, I'll promise you that. So, this is a Saturday edition of Confessions of a Natural Songwriter without magical tips and tricks to make you a hit songwriter. Do the work. Y'all go get it. See you next time.